All right, so I'm working on the giveaway PC, and I ran into a really specific issue when it came to the combination of GPU, power supply, and AIO cooler. Watching that clip back just sounds so weird, but this is what's going on. So with the cables that come in the box of the Corsair RM850e, you're able to provide power to both CPU power connections, right? And it caps out at 3 8-pin PCIe cables. That's actually all that's provided in the box. And it just so happens that this beefy boy, the Asus TUF Gaming Radeon RX 9070 XT, is gonna use all 3 of those power connections. So if you need another PCIe power connection to power another accessory, well, so that's the issue that we're having right now. Because it just so happens that the Corsair iCUE Link Titan 360 uses a PCIe power cable to power up the iCUE Link hub. That's what this little guy's for. So how do we fix this? So option A is you could buy a PCIe Type 4 power cable, like one of these guys, and then you would simply swap out one of the 2 CPU power cables for it. Because in most cases, you really only need one cable to the CPU power, and that other port is there in case you want to do any sort of overclocking, or if you have a high-end CPU that draws a lot of power. So I really wouldn't say this is like the ideal solution. But I would say the ideal solution would be to get a different power supply. I almost dropped it. So the RM1000E has an additional PCIe power cable here, and that's what we're gonna use to power this guy. Now, I'm sure in the comments, someone is gonna say, why don't you just use an adapter? Like one of these, a dual Molex to 8-pin PCIe adapter. Not recommended, might work, but I'm not a fan of them. So if you can avoid them, I'm just not gonna use an adapter. Mostly for the sake of safety. And because this is gonna be going to one of you, I really don't want anything to go wrong with this build. Now look, I know this is like an extreme edge case, but maybe it'll help someone out there that's trying to plan a similar sort of build. Anyways, this is almost built, so stay tuned for the actual entry video.